Many don't know. Many don't know the true story behind the candy shop Frogz. Why was it made? Well, today we find out on our little story about Shemmy Industries, Wowie Robotics, and of course, this in particular Frogz. So let's get started. It all started when Wowie Robotics was really at a rivalry right now with Shemmy Industries. Wowie hated everything that Shemmy made, to the frogs, turtles, pigs, monkeys, even the hamsters, which was a classic, and many people loved those. I mean, they even despised Big Mouth Billy Bass. Well, Wowie had a talk. Yes, not just a talk, but a big meeting about what frog Shemmy should make. But everyone couldn't think of a frog because, after all, Wowie hated the frogs. And besides, Wowie didn't even work for Shemmy, and Shemmy didn't even know Wowie. So how were they going to make a frog? Well, Wowie did this. Wowie Robotics snuck into Shemmy's factory area at around 3 a.m., 4 a.m., but they made sure there wouldn't be any guards. They actually got some of their robots that they had created, and the robots basically lasered the guards. So, after the guards being lasered, Wowie had went into Shemmy Industries' factory. And then they saw all the frogs that they had despised forever. So Wowie destroyed all of them, every single one of the frogs. But Wowie wasn't done there. They still wanted to make their frog. And what frog did they want to make? They wanted to make Candy Shop. So they got to it. They made Candy Shop, they made him really weird, and they kept all the weird lyrics in the frog song. And there it went. The frog was produced. Now you may be wondering, wouldn't Shemmy see this new frog just laying around in their factory? Actually, one of the workers the next day had mistaken this frog for another frog, so the worker just went on and made more of him, and eventually everyone was making more of him, because they just thought he was another frog. I mean, they tested him, but how were they supposed to know about the song Candy Shop? I mean, most of those Shemmy workers weren't even hipsters, or even anyone that liked 50 Cent. After all, they are adults. So, after the frog went in stores, many parents complained about the frog being a little bit, inappropriate. Which was obviously true. Those sneaky little Wowie robotic guys did it after all. They put the harmful words in that frog, and all the parents thought it was Shemmy. Everyone that talked to Shemmy, that spoke to Shemmy, that left bad reviews on Shemmy, all of them said it was Shemmy's fault. But the truth was, it wasn't. It was always Wowie. Wowie was the one that created Candy Shop. And Shemmy, they didn't even know. When Shemmy got the reviews, the bad ones obviously, all they could say was that they were sorry and that they're sure that one of their workers may have mistaken the lyrics for something else. Or at least they didn't think the song was inappropriate. Now, obviously, most of the parents would probably be a little crazy thinking that Shemmy would not be able to tell that that was an inappropriate song. Well, I guess the parents are right, but after all, Shemmy was not the one that made those lyrics. It was Wowie, and we cannot forget that it was Wowie. So that answers the question about Candy Shop, why he was made. Why would Shemmy do such a thing to a poor singing frogs? Well, that's her answer. It was never Shemmy. It was Wowie Robotics, the tricksters, that tricked that one Shemmy worker into more Shemmy workers, and then the entire workers in the Shemmy Industries factory. And then the bad reviews. This frog is still not a bad frog, though. He's still cool and whatnot with his looks, so at least Wowie didn't make the frog terrible. But Wowie is still very mischievous for doing what they did. And they should still be punished, which they never were. So, someone should probably punish them. But that was a little story on our good old friend Candy Shop. Whatever happened to Wowie? Did they ever get accused of it? Well, the world may never know. Well, that's a Candy Shop story. A Candy Shop documentary. Thanks for watching, and peace.